Oh, hello, Internet. How are you today? I wanted to jump in a live chat and discuss with you the glory of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown 2020 draft. I am very excited. I want to go through that with you. But first, I want to get some people in the live chat. So, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown 2020 draft is ongoing right now. It is just wrapping up. But I wanted to jump in as it was wrapping up and say how proud, honored, and stoked I am for this very team. So, I'm going to jump on the various internets as I learn this. Today, the great Joey Rasul that went from Collider over to Geek and Sundry is helping me set up this madness. So, it will not be long that we are flailing in the chaos of me trying to use the internet while on the internet, because frankly, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Now, the Mouthy Mercs are a very, very important faction for a number of reasons. Now, the Mouthy Mercs, to me, represent what I love about the Schmoedown, but that is a mix of talent and creativity. Each and every one of my roster, I think, are very, very balanced in both their creativity and their talent, and that's huge for me. I love a good entrance. I love a good storyline. I love the cutscenes. I love the balance of the game and the gameplay, and it's really important to me that we get that from each and every one of my players. Now, what's going to be really interesting is how this all shakes out as we go place to place, thing to thing, as the worlds grow, and what I really value is the sportsmanship of my team. I've seen these guys do very, very well winning, very, very well losing, but they do a lot of winning, unlike ya boy, and that's why I'm managing. Now, I had a great time at the actual draft yesterday, and I did lose a couple people I wanted, but overall, I got a hell of a squad. Most of these are my number 1 and number 2 pick. No one was below number 2 pick. Like, this is the people. All 8 are the people I wanted. So I'm really excited to dive into each choice with you guys once I get this out there, once I get the live chat moving and grooving. So I want to know what you guys thought of the actual event. I want to know what you thought of the awards. And yeah, bear with me just one moment as I get this out there. So the Mouthy Mercs, to me, are going to be a all-year team. I don't see right now a lot of trades for me personally. I don't see right now a lot of people that I would want to lose for anyone else, because this is the team I wanted to assemble. With a couple exceptions, I definitely went up there and said the name I set out to say, and it seems like from the reaction on the internet, a lot of you guys think those moves were well played. It was really hard, for example, like Scrimshaw waiting until 7 because I knew I wanted a good Star Wars player. I knew that there. I've got a couple ideas for slots 9 and 10. I don't know how soon I'm going to announce those, but I'm going to be curious when we get a full roster. I might leave a spot for some rookies, but I got an idea for the whole situation. So we're going to get that out there very soon. And let's see here. All right, internet. This is how one internet's, right? This is how it's done. Okay. Boom. Let me get in the live chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Once again, all apologies for the chaos of me learning how to internet, having been working on the internet for years and years. And as always on this show, a great credit to the wonderful Adam Smith for running all of this while I was at Collider Heroes, and me not appreciating that nearly enough, because you are a saint, good sir. YouTube and OBSs and live streaming are a whole thing. Once this is over, I'll be putting something in the description. When I go live, it's kind of wing of a prayer, and I hope for the best. But let's start with the number 1 draft pick. I want to talk about Shazam. Now, I wasn't kidding. You guys will see a lot of the rundown of why I chose who I chose on the stage itself. Since spoilers are on the internet, I figure I can talk about, different chunks of reasoning, but I want to leave some for the show, because I truly meant a lot of what I said up on that stage, and I want that to have the impact of that when you guys see it. So Shazam, for me, these dudes are just powerhouses, man. Bibiani, I have never seen in most of sport anyone do what he's able to do in the game of the Schmoedown. He is an endurance player. He is a tactical player. He's an excellent sportsman. He knows all about most things. And best of all for me, he values a damn good entrance. So he walks the walk, talks the talk, and he supports his teammates, and he's a good guy. Like, that's so important to me that he's a good guy. These are going to be people that I'm spending a lot of time with. These are going to be people I'm helping shape what they do for the entrances, what they do for tactics, what they do for gameplay, and I'm going to be studying with them. I'm going to be quizzing them. We're going to be doing a lot of the legwork. That means a lot of time with each other. So I was really excited how much I enjoy Bibbs and the kid as people. That's really important to me. And the kid, dude, that debut of the kid, seeing him just run game for a long time, and that, I think it was that first spectacular I saw him in, I was so impressed with Bibbs every time and the kid every time. And then when they joined up, and then when it was a frickin' superhero name, come on, it was Faded. So that for me was where I really wanted this to go. I was really happy with how the draft lined up, so that worked out. I was really excited with everything lining up the way it did, because that was my number one draft pick, and it lined up exactly how I wanted. And I have so many ideas for how I want to utilize them as a team, and I have so many ideas for what things we can work on with me as a manager to make them even greater than the greatness they already are. Absolutely incredible. I was so impressed with them this whole 2019 season. Our next up for the draft was, I believe, Mara Canopic. So Mara and I had talked about being a team way back in the day. Mara and I had been talking about me managing with her from, I think, 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. So to be honest, when I saw that there were protected teams, I was like, oh no, well, who do I pick first? But since it was the setup, it was protected, I knew I had to get Shazam first. So Mara was effectively a first round draft pick for me as well, even though it's technically the third. Mara is hungry. She's a powerhouse. She's wicked smart. She's wicked competitive. I love the way she loves the game. I love her worldview. I love how tactical she is. I really appreciate the fact that she invests so heavily in the work. She's always been someone that inspired me in the game. I actually competed against her. She trounced me, unsurprisingly. But I was honored to be at the receiving end of a trouncing with Mara Canopic. She's incredible. She's a great performer, a great person. So I'm really stoked to have Mara in that next spot. Also, so much love to Dan. So I'm really excited since I'm friends with them in life to get to see my friends Dan and Mara more. So again, about the person on the other side of all that time, managing them and shaping, looking at their weaknesses, looking at ways I can bolster the gaps in knowledge, and most of all, making sure when my team goes out on stage, whether they're doing singles play, intergeekdom play, Star Wars play, that they feel confident and comfortable going out there. So I'm really excited to be Polly, but like a more woke Polly, like a less problematic and racist Polly. Really excited to be Polly in the corner for my Rockies, because we're going to have a great season. I'm really stoked. And then we got Tim Franco. Now, Tim Franco is not someone I know personally. He was the first one on my draft list whose number I don't have, the first one that I don't talk to in the real world. But this was a really cool thing, because I wanted to have a player that I thought was tactical, right? Mercenaries, you get that really good shot. I wanted someone that played a lot of really good games. I wanted someone that was a diamond in the rough. I was shocked he was still there when I got him. I really wanted someone I didn't know, because that way there'd be a less of a bias about what their strengths and weaknesses are. I can actually watch them play and shape that. And I thought he's had an incredible last few games. I thought that he was someone that would work really well with my team. He's someone that my team, I was conferring with my team throughout the draft. It's really important to me that my team all gets along. If we all go and get pizzas, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is how I picture every meeting, is over 3 liters of soda and lots of pizza and 80s music is on, because I think I see this all as going very Turtles. Anyway, I want someone that's chill and to be around, and I also have an idea of something to do with him with another member of the team that I think could work out really well. So I think that'll be really fun. We'll see where that goes. So he's the one I know the least, and I'm really curious about our dynamic, and I'm really excited to work with him. So my next pick was another, in my opinion, diamond in the rough. Someone I worked with often. We did movie talk together, and that is the wonderful, the lovely, the impossibly intelligent, and the I hope to use sassily Haley Foutch. Now, Haley is such a powerhouse thinker. She is so on her feet. I love doing movie talk with her. I loved our Tuesdays because she's such an incredible writer, and she knows her stuff. I love doing the show because when I'm on Movie Talk, I remember things. When I schmo, I don't. So it was nice to be able to have that quick draw memory to get things out there, to be able to give these tactics, and now I get to shape that with Haley on the stage. And I got a few different places I think I want to work with Haley, and a few different ways I think we can. She's already an incredible performer. I think we can go even more with her. So I'm really excited for that. Oh, according to live chat, also Tim loves beer. And that is good news. I don't know if you guys saw, I did an episode of the Riley Roundtable. We're gonna go into live chat actually. Now that we're halfway through, we're at 4. I want to basically, yeah. Let's confer about that. I want to talk about what the live chat's saying. Tim liking beer is good because I want to do a show on this very channel called Craft Beer and Comic Books CBCB. Mark Riley on his show. Sorry, I just got a bunch of texts talking about the Schmoedown, so I'm trying to figure out which thing I need to respond to first. CB and CB, I want to shape that narrative of what, you know what, actually, I gotta break the live because I'm talking to Christian about the Schmoedown. So I'm gonna do the second half of this draft because Christian and I are talking about some stuff and I want to claim one more person. So bear with me. This was the first half of this draft. I hope you enjoyed these 11 minutes. I'm gonna be back in like 10 minutes and we're gonna go over the second half of my draft. I will talk to you guys soon, and we got the Real Rejects staying together. We're gonna talk about the Real Rejects and everyone else in just a moment. All right, be back, guys.